Good evening and welcome to OU Nightly. I'm Jessica Bruno.
And I'm Jessica Wilder. A high-speed police pursuit ended in a suicide shooting just before noon yesterday at the intersection of 24th and Main.
Jessica?
That's right, Scott. These rescue crews behind me have been here since around 1:30 this afternoon after a swimmer was reported missing here at Sunset Cove Beach in Lake Texoma. It's another Wednesday, another threat of severe weather for central Oklahoma. Mexico City's health secretary launched a campaign dubbed Less Salt, More Health. Hi, Rita. I am here in Ada at the Agriplex during the All-American Blood Drive, and oh my goodness, it is crowded. This is what beekeepers look for when they're trying to gather their honey in the late summer. Today, I got to experience firsthand the new patrol vehicle that's keeping officers efficient as well as environmentally conscious. I'm here at the Oakhurst Apartments where the attack happened over the holiday weekend. Police say they found the Ada man severely beaten with cuts to his throat inside his own home. They also say the suspects knew him well. Police found Gary Gray inside his Ada apartment Sunday, beaten, stabbed, and left for dead. Now his girlfriend and who police call another boyfriend of hers are in the Pontotoc County Jail.
It appeared that he'd been lying there for a couple days. He was found Sunday, and we believe he'd been laying there since late Thursday night, maybe early in the morning hours of Friday morning.
Police say Kendra LaForce has been living with Gray for 2 months. LaForce and Brian Ross were stopped and arrested on separate charges in Sulphur, driving Gray's silver Cadillac with many of his items, including his credit cards, inside. Also in the car, 3 firearms and a bloody knife.
This was not random. This appears to be just a personal thing between the 3 of these involved in this crime.
That personal thing, according to neighbors, was Gray attempting to make LaForce move out, an argument they had had many times before.
According to Gary, he had a heated argument with her and had to take her out, tell her to leave. And he said he had a hard time getting her to go.
The neighbor had heard them fighting several times, and it's just one of those cases where a nice person got involved with someone that wasn't such a nice person.
Gray's neighbors say LaForce showed signs of a violent side before the attack.
That I've told my son, don't be surprised if we don't witness a murder across the street.
LaForce and Ross are both booked in the Pontotoc County Jail with charges pending. Now, LaForce is due back in court later this month, but Ross does not have a court date yet. Gray is still in critical condition at OU Medical Center for that brain trauma. We'll keep you updated on his condition. Live in Ada, Jessica Wilder, News 12. It's a common sound in every neighborhood. What's unique about this lawnmower is the woman behind it.
Well, I've mowed every lawn we ever had. I've mowed, done the mowing.
This is Ruby Beasley. She'll be 104 years old in November, and she's always done the yard work for her family.
I've worked in the field ever since I was big enough to reach up like this and hold up a one-row planter. Now, I've worked ever since then. I've done a man's work all my life.
She grew up on her dad's ranch just 10 miles south from her current home in Sulphur, where she helped him with everything from caring for the animals to the groundskeeping.
I'm his old cowboy.
Despite her children and grandchildren's attempts, she says she'll never give up mowing the land she owns because it's something she's still very capable of doing.
I just worry about her. I keep my eye on her. Well, just in case she hits something and, you know, because she says she can't see that good, but she can see the outlines and stuff.
Run into a tree.
Yeah, I know.
Ruby explains it really isn't hard for someone her age to mow a lawn, especially now that she no longer has to push the mower.
Well, no, it ain't hard to do. Get on that riding mower and mow.
In Sulphur, Jessica Wilder, News 12. On a ranch just outside Ada lives a family whose hearts are full and beat loud enough for everyone to hear.
It was, I could just feel it in my ears, just thumping. I could feel the heart, and it kept me awake at night because it was so loud. I was like, how am I ever going to sleep with this thing pounding in my head? It was beating so much harder than I had had for years.
Paul came down with what seemed to be asthma when his family moved from California in 2004. What doctors thought was a virus turned out to be something far more serious.
I told Sherry, my wife, that I had 20% chance to make it through the night. I did make it through the night, and then they told me I needed either a heart transplant, and that was quite shocking because I was assuming they were going to give me some antibiotics and I was going to be able to go home.
After 5 years of various procedures, Paul finally received his heart transplant in 2009, but it didn't end there. Paul's heart failure turned out to be genetic.
And with her, we were kind of in denial because I knew the signs and the symptoms she was having sounded so familiar, but she was 19. So I was just like, that just doesn't seem right.
The Morrisons' youngest daughter, Natalie, inherited the gene and also had to get a heart transplant. Hers took place in 2011.
She was so brave and strong through the whole thing. We think about our donor families, you know, so much and are so thankful for them. You know, they've given us life.
With not one, but 2 Morrisons' lives saved by organ donors, the family wants to encourage those who can to sign up to become organ donors.
You know, it's your opportunity to really help out somebody in need. You know, you don't know who it'll be. It could be friends of yours, maybe somebody you'll never meet, but you know, you have that opportunity to help a lot of people.
In Ada, Jessica Wilder, News 12.